Rants. Like and subscribe. And today, we going back to Chicago. Now, we ain't in Cabrini Green, though. We not in Cabrini. We out by the Cubs Stadium, over at the Winslows. I know y'all familiar. The Winslows from Family Matters. I know y'all remember the show. And this particular episode, this is a random episode rant, right? We gonna talk about Eddie and his two knucklehead friends, committing misdemeanors, sneaking in a pop star's room. You got Eddie trying to do duets. We gonna get into all that. And we don't really got to start from the beginning. We don't got to start from the beginning. We can actually just start from the beginning of the episode. And this is season 4, episode 16. And y'all remember, I know y'all remember already now. The episode starts, Eddie walks in, he's upset. Weasel and Waldo's there. And he's like, come on, man. I'm trying to get these Tracy Spencer tickets. Like, we were supposed to meet up here at 8. Y'all didn't get here till 10:30, man. Weasel just being late and whatnot. You got Waldo quirking his lips. Like, why are you making that face? Why? Like, dude, what's up with you, dude? Like, you look weird. Nonetheless, though, they desperately try and get these Tracy Spencer tickets, right? And they like, man, I know they're sold out. So Weasel like, hey, we can sneak in the hotel and just ask her. Like, this is the best idea they come up with, right? And they like, all right. And I mean, Eddie and them going with it. Y'all remember Eddie Waldo, they like, all right, we can come up with a little plan, we can do it and whatnot. But we gonna all, sneak in like in separate times and whatnot. One of us should be able to get the tickets. And they do this wild handshake. Like, this is a crazy handshake. I'm going to show you guys. You don't even have to worry. I recorded it for y'all. And you guys got to remember, these dudes are in high school, and clearly they have not gotten any doing this handshake. Let me show you guys. Yeah, I mean, y'all see it. I don't got no reason to lie to y'all. Funny handshakes. These guys are in Chicago. You're going to school with Chief Keef's father. You're going to school with Big Dirk. How are you doing that? But anyway, let's get back to the story. So, the next scene, we see my man Stoney Jackson, guest star on Martin. In that one episode with Charles Barkley. We've mentioned that in a few episodes, right? Well, he's a road manager / security, right, for Tracy Spencer. And he's not the best at his job, but we're going to talk about that. Now, he opens the door, and you see a bellboy come in with a bunch of flowers, and we find out it's Eddie Winslow. The plan is in full effect. And he's moving Tracy Spencer's gifts around, and he's looking, he's like, oh wow, MC Hammer gave her these flowers, and he almost gives himself away. Like, he does this wild freaky hammer dance. He does the little typewriter, and then does this, like, come on, dude, like, what happened to you being professional? Stoney should have put hands on him right then and there, but right before he could do that, he got another knock at the door. Another knock. And it ended up being Weasel. Dressed in drag. And it's like, come on, dude. Like, you could have just been a male cleaner person, right? Like, you didn't have to do the dress. You didn't have to do the lipstick. Why are you so comfortable wearing this? And we found out, right? We found out why. Oh, we found out. Now, you guys remember, Weasel has a hard New York accent, right? You guys saw the show, right? And on the show, his name is what? Alex Park. also known as Weasel, right? But like I said, he has that hardcore New York accent. You know he's not from Chicago, right? You don't really remember seeing him on the earlier episodes, right? Well, that's because Alex Park, aka Weasel, he was living in New York. Oh, but that wasn't his name. Oh, we found out. Yeah, Dudley Johnson. Does that ring a bell? Yeah, Dudley. Yep. You thought we wasn't going to find out about you. See, when Alex was in New York, he went by the name Dudley Johnson, his real identity. And he had let's just say, because we're going to touch on this eventually, but let's just say he had a mishap, right? With the bicycle man. Okay? And he had his shirt off drinking wine with the bicycle man and Arnold, right? And what Dudley didn't know was that Arnold was going to tell all his friends once they got to high school. See, Dudley was judged. He was shunned. He couldn't even show his face back in that school. Arnold in there drinking chocolate milk, just telling them story like, yeah, Dudley in there with his shirt off, eating got honey nut Cheerios around his nipple, drinking wine. I didn't do it. I was just there. I stopped it. Me and Mr. Drummond, I was going to have Willis go down there and put paws on him. He in there telling the whole story. And I know I got off subject, but that's why he's so comfortable cross-dressing with the lipstick and everything. Because that wasn't even in the plan. Like, Eddie and Waldo, we didn't discuss you. Like, come on. Like, Weasel, we never said that you was going to have to do all this. And let's get back to the story. Because Eddie didn't even know. Like, Weasel, that's you? He like, yes, it is, yo. Like, all right, stop acting tough. You have on lipstick, bruh. Like, all the tough stuff is out the window, Weasel. And he's in there acting like a cleaning lady. Stoney's looking at him like, whoa, who's this? Like, this is a hideous young lady. Man. And you see, like, you can't even, like, mind you, nobody told you to dress like that. He's like, oh, my feet is hurting. Weasel can't even keep character for 5 minutes. Like, the plan is in full effect. If you just play it cool for about 15 more minutes, Tracy Spencer gonna come in because she's rehearsing for a concert, right? That's why she's not in the room. So it's like, dude, Weasel want to go sit down on the couch. Like, you're supposed to be a maid. You went out here and wore this stuff. And Stoney, like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, you're the maid. Well, I can't have you sitting down when Tracy comes in here. And Weasel, like the touched idiot that he is, and look, by all means, you feel me? I'm not here to judge anybody, right? I'm not here to judge anybody or anybody's past, right? But dude, you break character and you do this tough guy, go hard New York act. What you mean, yo? I can't hang with her, yo? What you mean, yo? Like, Weasel, stop. Your name is Dudley. You was drinking wine with the bicycle man with your shirt off. Can't even step foot back in New York. And you want to change your identity in Chicago and fake? Man, Stoney looked at him again and was like, oh, thank God. After pulling his wig off, was like, thank God that you are a dude because you are the ugliest woman that I've ever seen. And then picked that man up. Wrestling style, jacked him up, threw him out the room. Like he was Jazz on Fresh Prince. Threw that man out the room. Finally, Stoney doing his job. And he was like, yeah, anybody else that's in here that's not supposed to be in here, somebody else sneak in here, they going to jail. You see Eddie's face? You see it? He's like, I can't go to jail. My father's a cop. My grandfather was a cop. Oh, we're going to get on all that. We're going to get on all that. Okay? But Eddie Winslow, he like, I ain't trying to go to jail, but I'm going to still play my role. And in the next scene, Tracy finally comes in. You see her, Tracy Spencer, right? And then you see Eddie. freaking out. And right then and there, Stoney should have been like, I gotta break this dude's nose. Because this is like the third. First you did the hammer dance. Then I just seen some New York cross-dressing thug get sent in here. Now you don't seem to be who you are portraying to be, right? But he's like, man, look, you did your job, Eddie, and tipped him. Mind you, Eddie took the tip, right? We're going to get into all this, too. We're going to get into all this. Eddie takes the tip, right? And he doesn't leave. He cracks the door. Now he's basically stalking this chick now, right? And, you know, Tracy like, well, Stoney, pop in that tape. I'm trying to rehearse for my concert later tonight. You know, I got to sing my song and whatnot. So he pops in the tape. And y'all remember, come on, like, y'all know what happened, man. Y'all seen the show. Y'all clicked on this to hear me talk about it. Y'all seen the show already. Y'all know what happens. Y'all know what happens. And y'all gonna understand why I'm so passionate about this. Y'all gonna know in a few moments. Just keep hearing it out. Just keep hearing it out. Please, 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 please. But she sings her hit song, Tender Kisses. Y'all remember? I'm so confused, and I think I'm gonna cry tonight. What must I do, baby? Y'all know. And then the unthinkable happens. Y'all remember Eddie bust in and start singing. But y'all forgot? Y'all remember? He just bust in with his own version. He had his own verse already on the song. Whatever happened to the things we used to share? Where did our love go? Boy, don't you even care? Y'all remember? Y'all remember? And like, he's singing to her. She's clearly backing away. Like, dude, don't get an SA charge, because I'm going to run your charges in a few seconds, buddy. Oh, you better believe it. We're going to run the charges, buddy. We're going to run them. You feel me? We're going to run them. And he's singing. They even go to the second verse. You know, I know y'all remember the second verse. What y'all forgot? Don't you leave me here all alone. I need someone I can call my own. Oh, Eddie eating it up. He proposes to her like, will you marry me? Will you marry me? Stoney looking at him like, he's smiling at first because Eddie can sing, right? Like, dude, you know you the worst road manager / security guard ever, right? You do know that, right? You do know you might get fired, right? And Eddie's like, she's like, well, before I marry you, who are you? Like, what's your name? He's like, oh, Eddie Bellboy. I mean, Eddie Winslow. And, you know, he's starstruck, right? And you got Stoney. You want me to throw him out? Like, why are you saying that fast, Brad? Why are you asking her that? Just do your damn job. It's no, you want me to throw him out. No, you break this dude's nose and then you throw his ass out. Don't get no blood on Tracy. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? You know, got me all upset. I ain't mean to curse, but, you know, hey, it happens. I'm human, right? Nonetheless, though, let's get back to it. So this is when we find out that Eddie paid a bellboy $20 to go chill in the closet so he can take his uniform and basically commit identity theft and sneak in this girl's room. And it was worth it. Tracy was eating it up. Was like, okay, well, you know, you don't got to him out, Stoney. You might get fired anyway, right? But nonetheless, he's one of my biggest fans. He snuck in my room. And Eddie's like, you know, could we please, you know, I'm trying to get some tickets. She was like, yeah, I got you. Like, yeah, I got you with some tickets. That's nothing. This is my concert. And I'm going to get you some backstage passes. You know, so it ain't about nothing. You know, and then they, and of course, you know, Eddie's like, all right. And you got Stoney. I think that's a yes. Like, dude, why are you talking fast like that? Clown? And I'm mad at Stoney. Y'all going, I'm telling you, we almost there. Because I'm going to get into something. Nonetheless, though, right? They get it. It's a distraction, right? They like, hold on, what's going on outside? They looking out the window. They like, hold. Is that somebody jumping in a cannon? Hold. They look like they aimed at us. They are aimed at us. And then boom. Through the glass, breaking the hotel couch, is Waldo. He done shot himself through a cannon to sneak in the room. That was his plan. Okay, cool. Hey, Tracy, I can't believe that's you. Do you got any aspirin? Making that little quirky face. Like, dude, you are a lame, dude. I don't know how this dude pulls Maxine. I don't know. Waldo will be having an episode coming very soon. Very soon. Very soon, right? And in the last scene, you guys remember, right? He's telling his father, Steve Urkel's there, Laura's there, Little Richie's there. He's like, hey, guys, I saw Tracy Spencer the whole concert from the front row, and afterwards, I met the entire band, and we hung out in the dressing room. And they like, we don't believe you, Eddie. You know, this is before the iPhones and the droids. He didn't have no pictures. He didn't have any. He didn't even think to bring one of the cameras, the disposable cameras. He didn't even think to bring that or the good Polaroid. I know Carl had a couple of them upstairs. Didn't even think to bring that. So they don't believe him. They like stop lying, Eddie. You know, you and your fade, always lying. Plus you hang with them two nuts. You got Weasel out here cross dressing. But then they get a knock at the door. That lovely Winslow house. And who is it? Tracy Spencer. And you see Carl's face. You don't see his face doesn't look like that until Uncle Phil surprises him on set. That's the only time you see his face look like that. And y'all know. Y'all know. Come on, man. Y'all know. Y'all watch these shows. Y'all just like me. Y'all know what I'm talking about. We don't gotta go there, though. We don't gotta go there, right? Boom. And Tracy's like, hey, Eddie. Nice seeing you again. You know, I'm on my way to the airport. Here's my itinerary for my upcoming concerts. You can write me, or you can even call me whenever. And the family's at all. They can't believe it. You see them, they cannot believe it. They cannot believe it. And she's like, yeah, if you want, you can ride with me to the airport. My driver's going to drop you back off. And you know, Eddie takes that. And what y'all think happened? Like, really? Because that's the show. But now let's get into it. What y'all really think happened? You don't think he had tender kisses with Tracy Spencer, do you? No. Tracy Spencer got that boy in that limo and was like, look, that hotel billed me for that broken window and that broken couch. Okay? And I'm not about to pay that. So what's going to happen? Eddie Winslow, you and your friends, y'all going to either have to pay that or you're going to get charged with trespassing, malicious destruction, identity theft, fraud because you took Stoney's tip. You acting like a daggone Bell's boy. You took my man tip. It's not even your job. And reckless endangerment. So yeah, we need about 10,000. Tell Carl, go in that same fund that he goes in to fix his house every time Steve mess it up. Yeah, we need that. Eddie was lost. Like, really? Like, yeah, this is a business. Y'all ain't gonna just come in here sneaking in my room thinking it's sweet, breaking up stuff. They billed me for that. And y'all probably wondering, why is he so passionate about this particular episode? Why is he turned up? Like, what's up with him? What's going on with him today? Well, I have a personal story myself. See, I tried this exact same move the following week when she came to my town. I'm not going to say what town that is, but if y'all familiar with accents, y'all already know where I'm from. Y'all knew that 5 videos ago, right? Boom. I went in there, snuck in as a little Bells boy. Man, Tracy Spencer, Stoney Jackson, they in there. Man, I hopped in that room. Tracy was singing. Tell me something. I'm so confused. I jumped in that joint, and I think I'm gonna cry tonight. What must we do, baby? What are we doing, Tracy? Next thing you know, this is what I see. This is what I see. Like, where was that energy for Eddie? Stoney put hands and feet on me. Hands and feet on me, man. Beat me down. I ain't even get to the second verse like Eddie. I guess I couldn't sing that well. Man, like and subscribe, man.